And we are good. I think we're good. Let me double check to make sure audio's working. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the music slightly because I think it might still be too loud for you guys. Or maybe it's just the audio on my end. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna put it here. If the music's too loud, just tell me. Oh my god, howdy everybody, how we doing? Hello? Nobre, Chaotic. Good to see you guys. Xavier. Scholar of Corland. Yep. Today is the announcement of the... What is it, gameplay trailer we're getting tomorrow? So, I guess that's cool. I hope my bestie comes sleep tonight for the B-Day party, because otherwise her ass doesn't see me for 3 weeks. Well, I hope so too for your bestie's sake, Nardi. Cue the Ewok celebration. Hey, John, good to see you. Hey, Grabalash! I haven't unlocked any of this stuff yet, so... There we go. Good to see you, man, as always. I'm pretty sure this is taken from stock images, right? So I'll just take a quick shot of this here and then be done with it. So, what are we expecting to see, everybody? I'm expecting to see some Mikola, some lots of out-of-context gameplay, probably a few bosses. We're gonna get, like, the hype numbers where it's gonna be like, oh my god, it's Sarosh in the flesh! Or something like that. Look how dare you throw away your dear Velka, RC, and Lois like this. Listen, listen, I tried, okay? I really did. I tried escaping the clutches of Elden Ring. But then it decided to just pull me back in and yeeted me into the abyss. I just have to accept my fate, okay? Have you looked at the item dock for this area, Loki? I think I did, but it may have been a while. I might want to re-look at that, actually. See if there's anything else that sticks out to me. I remember us talking about the... What was it? I remember us talking about the, Ooh, it's not coming to mind now. Yeah, that looks better. The golden centipedes and stuff, that's what it was. All the Golden Order fundamentalism stuff. It'll probably spoil everything, but it'll all be out of context. Exactly. Which is better than most trailers, which simply spoil everything, right? I literally don't care what it shows as long as it exists. I know, guys, I can't believe it. It's not a myth. We're not going to get the surprise announcement that the Elden Ring DLC was canceled. Miyazaki just couldn't break it to us to tell us that he couldn't be bothered to keep working on that IP. Loki, what are these screenshots for? What pieces are you cooking? Nothing in particular. I'm just getting more screenshots to add to the library for the future. I figured we'd start underground here because it's been a while since I've done stuff underground here. I don't even know if this is gonna work. It surprisingly is. Damn. Damn. There we go. There we go. Yub nub eat chop yub nub. We're doing the yub nub song. Miyazaki will give us Elden Ring 2. Trust me, I know things. Yeah, sure, sure. Sure, Adolphus. Oh, fun fact, Loki, Melena's outfit and the Confessor outfit have the same kind of pins on them near the collar. Ooh, that's neat. A later birthday gift is better than never, Miyazaki. February 22nd. Come on, you silly little man. I mean, isn't it technically earlier, though, if it's on, Actually, I don't... Maybe it's February 22nd for you. For me, it's gonna be the 21st. Can't wait to not see the Bandai logo on the trailer. Wasn't there a thing, actually, recently about, yeah, From Software, like, separating their IPs from, like, Bamco or something? Like, was that actually a thing, or... Elden Ring 2 is the mobile game? God, I hope not. I hope that mobile game isn't gonna actually be, like, adding new lore or anything. Please, for the love of all that is holy. I'm not ready to get into From Software gotcha. I'm not ready to be pulling for my 5-star Miquella. I think I've cleared this area pretty well. There might be more over here. As grateful as I am for the new DLC, I only ask for more armor sets, specifically more armor for Fashion Souls. I don't know why you guys are searching for more armor for Fashion Souls when the perfect set already exists with the Astrologer starting gear. Duh. God, there are corpses everywhere. I hate it. There we go, much better. Beautiful. Again, I feel like I've taken shots like this before, but just in case. You promised in a stream long ago to me, I am, and everyone there that if Miquella doesn't show up, you'll replay DS2. Tomorrow's the day, buddy! Listen, it's just a trailer. Just because he may not appear in the trailer doesn't mean he's not going to be in the DLC. I mean, we already got him in the teaser image. What more do you want, Nobre? Please don't make me replay DS2, please! I beg you! So, okay, why are women in power in Elden Ring? What makes them superior? Asking for a friend. In the case of Elden Ring, it's not immediately obvious to me. Like, we don't really have any, like, witch analog to, like, give us the idea that, oh, women just have this unique capacity, with runes. Again, it might still exist, and it's just not obvious, to me yet. Because obviously there are, in fact, runes that exist, and women are still the child bearers, so that's gonna, you know, given Miyazaki's track record, that's gonna imply he's gonna do something with that. 5-star Rennie and Legendary 5 Renala. Yeah, let's get our SSR Renala. We get, they're gonna make the 4-star her with her sweetenings, and then the 5-star is gonna be Renala back when she was an actual hero. Wait, what? Loki replaying Dark Souls 2 soon? No, why? Why, Nobre? I don't even remember ever making this promise, but I clearly am gonna regret it. Kind of a joke question, but glad you took it seriously. No problem. That's what I do. I take you guys' stupid shit posting way too seriously for my own good. There we go. Adolphus, I know that is bait. Also, I promised something if it did cover Miquella, I don't remember. That's fine, I'm not gonna hold you to it, I am. It's okay, you're a poor little crystal lizard. Your existence is already insufferable. We cannot suffer you to live. Yeah, this is okay, I think. Look, you get a long-deserved ooh woo. Okay, sure. Ooh, woo. There you go. Damn, I can already see clipping, so I have to go back outside. I cannot suffer this. Speaking of, though... Suffering, you say? Yeah, nah. We're good. Play with my mod? Actually, no, Bray. I have said on record before, I'm pretty sure, that I would love to actually play your mod at some point. Just to kind of see what changes you did, what additions you do. Plus, if you polish and, like, get some of Dark Souls 2's rough edges, I won't complain. Like, honestly, any, like, amount of, like, jank fix in DS2 makes it infinitely better than what it is already. It isn't hard to make that game get off life support. It's just unfortunate that it is on it. Yeah, this makes the shadows disappear. We don't want that. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Alright, I'm gonna take this screenshot, but I need to know what this is. Ah, it's clipping. It's clipping from the stupid tower. Oh my god. I swear, chat. This is why we can't have nice things! Can't wait for Loki to credit Matraga, Teen Sith, and I's collaborative efforts in his Radigan M. Preg is real, doc. Radigan M. Preg is real. Yeah, I can't wait to look at that theory. Yeah, yep, definitely, most certainly. Yep, for sure. I'll make sure to give you all the credit you want, already. It'll definitely be in one of my theses one day, for sure. Oh, not gonna lie, these far shots are so cool, seeing the grand architecture from a distance. Yeah, I do like, what I like most about this mod is it helps give you more perspective than just, like, limiting you here, because obviously it's like, oh, wow, look how big and grandeur, but it's like, okay, what am I actually looking at in a map, right? Like, this is just basically a street, right? And this is where we had to jump through and everything like that, and it really gives you a sense of, okay, how's this all fitting into the larger map, and when are they deloading things, and, like, all that. So it's cool. I think we're good here. America Radigan Vor is better. No Vor. Do you think Dragon Chime depicts sin? At least abstractly. Will we get a Mikola Moga thesis? Moog is very low priority, to be honest. There's nothing else we need in Limgrave, right? Like, I've pretty much covered everything important in Limgrave that I could cover in my Godric stuff, at least. I have a shot of the guy who camps here, right? There's just more demi-humans here. The beach doesn't really have anything we want. You know what? Let's get some shots of the land squirts. Why not? Dude, the Eternal Cities are so small. Yeah. They call them capitals, which are supposed to mean, like, big cities, metropolises, you know, like in the Japanese. But when you actually look at, like, From Software maps for these quote-unquote capitals, they really aren't that big. Like, there's some towns or villages in their games that are, like, definitely bigger. But hey, that's how maps, oh, damn, I just noticed. Rain! Always ruins my day. No, not boring. I'm birthing. Oh, I see. Okay, sure, then go right ahead. Hi, man, simmer down. America pegging Radigan, whale run, Renala boring run. Really? Okay, maybe I should actually pay attention, chat, instead of to you, but to the game, so I can make sure that it's not raining. Hello, Oniwa. I assume you're new here? I think there will be like 1 or 2 additional flavor texts for most demigods in DLC. I think that's fair. I would not be surprised if some of the base game demigods at least get indirectly referenced in like an item or two. I also wouldn't be surprised if we get like a one weapon for every type. Considering it's been so long, I feel like there's an added expectation to make sure all the people who play different weapons will have something new to play around with for builds. So I would expect something like that, and that definitely leads to more potential for lore of the different demigods. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get like something new to learn, or at least something new to learn or clarify about Godfrey or obviously Melania. This is gonna be a Miquella DLC. We're also gonna probably get something on Rykard. Mommy complex confirmed? Huh? And then let's not forget what's his face? Radon. I'm sure everyone's gonna love seeing more Radon. There we go. It's okay. Godskin triplet boss fight. I'm just ready to fight the like 29th Erdtree avatar. Are you? I can't wait to fight his reskin. But don't worry, this time, instead of him being ratified, they're gonna make him, I don't know, Miquella Holy Sanctified? I don't know. Kind of like Sullivan with how he's expanded upon in Ashes? Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you could theoretically make an inference that Sullivan came from the painting world based on some, like, educated guesses, plus looking at some of the stuff with some of his servants. But it wasn't really that strong or firm, and it wouldn't be, like, something where I would automatically say, like, yeah, you know what, I think that's most likely the intention or whatever, right? I could see there being some wiggle room. But then you factor in, of course, the DLC, and they more or less go outright and say, yeah, that's the intention we have with his character. So, like, yeah, stuff like that that can help build upon not only stuff we didn't know about the character at all, but also kind of confirm things which might have been subtly implied in the original. Nothing else I'm seeing here. I already got shots of that, I remember, right? Actually, I'm gonna double check. 1 second, chat. I want more Crucible Knights, to be honest. We have all 16 accounted for. So, but to be fair, the lore in-game does not say there were only 16, correct? I don't think there's a hard number in the final game. So they could always retcon what they had from the content and add additional members, which weren't included. That's totally possible. And I say retcon just to kind of be, like, kind of coy about it, but, like, obviously, if it was cut content, that means that there's always the possibility they could add more. But currently, the game is consistent with what we have in cut content. Stay hydrated, chat. I want Karian children bonding with Radagon lore. Again, that could go with the Radagon stuff. For sure. Let's see, Limgrave, yeah. It would just be in general Limgrave, so... Yeah, I do have, we did take a shot of this already. Oh my god, it's gonna minimize... Move you here, you piece of crap! Yeah, this looks good. I don't need any new shots, so... There we go. There we go. There we go. Chat goes crazy on that YouTube waiting. Well, I'll be honest, I think a lot of you guys are here because the trailer's out, so everyone's getting super hyped and stuff, right? So, I don't think it's really me. I don't really have much to add to the conversation than any of you all, right? Like, we're getting a new trailer, whoop-de-doo. It could be about anything, really. We're all just gonna be speculating equally. Let's see. I swear it feels like Lasker and Gatefront are bigger than the city. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Gatefront, ruins end up, Actually, no, it's not Gatefront. It's Gate Town ruins end up being bigger than, than the square mileage for the Eternal City in Nokron. Maybe not the Nameless Eternal City. That one is pretty wide. But granted, it's also kind of thin. Like, they kind of just cheat and scatter, like, one ruin there, another ruin, like, you know, half a mile down. Like, it's not a very dense pack of ruins after a certain point. Loki's not special. Sure I ain't. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to sleep at night. No, Xavier, you need to sleep. Please, get a good night's rest, so that way tomorrow morning you can watch the trailer at a decent hour. You want to know more about Ronnie's teacher? That's another one. You know what? I'd like a lot of the smaller races to get expanded upon in the DLC. The, not necessarily the Misbegotten, but say the Vulgar Militia. We also have the Revenant Servants and the Revenant King People Royals, or whatever they're called. Those are all enemies that I would love to see more lore explicating on them. I would also love if they do what they didn't include in this game, which is give us some, like, basics on some of the cosmogony. Like, like, give us, like, some basic, you know, like, bare bones definitions for, like, runes and the relation of them to, like, the wider world and things like that. Because we would get those in, like, Dark Souls from some of the, like, exposition NPCs, but we don't have that in this game. And I'm not sure how much of that is because the Miyazaki's expecting us to just lift it from what we know from his past works, and he's just like, I'm not writing this for, like, the 5th time or whatever, right? Or if he's legitimately just being mums on it. Night folk! Night folk! Slams the table. Yeah, we could get some more stuff on Night folk, I suppose. I feel like there's enough, honestly, to at least work with. But yeah, I can understand wanting to get a bit more on them. Just maybe expand on what we already have. Screw Zamora, I want a living Night folk. Zamor, I think Zamor's mostly good, right? Like, we don't really need any more on Zamor. Like, they're pretty simple. Yeah, I already got this stuff, so moving on. Anything in Caelid? I guess I can run around and find out, right? Oh, you know what? I don't remember getting a shot for Underground the Runes. So you know what? Maybe this should be a take shots of all the different disgusting crap in Caelid stream. Yeah, so we have these guys here. Yeah, yes. Loki, there's 2 descriptions on them, too. I know the one in the character creator, but where's this other one? Do I have... Yeah, I have 15 of these. I can do this. First... Of course you have the... fuck. Asshole. Oh, the Arumi. I don't remember that being a different description, though. Like, I don't remember there being anything contradictory there. Because the point of the Night Folk is they're just basically the descendants of Silver Tears who copulated with actual humans out in the world of man, right? That was the sense I got. I'll be honest, I'm not crazy about this shot. There we go. I think this is going to be the best I can get. Yeah. we go. Oh, I know where Miquella's rune is at. I'm sure it's if Miquella is going to be the focus of the DLC, it's probably somewhere in his dream world. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even supposed to be the heart of the dream world. Like, the reason why he's able to create this dream world and all stuff is using the power of his great rune or some shit. I could totally see that being the case. Alright, time to go take a look at the nest, chat. There we go. Did I do it before? Oh no, that one disappeared! I'm not doing it fast enough, chat. Okay, let's try though. Let's see. I can do this, chat. I can do this. It's fine. There's enough lighting. It's good enough, right? That's all we need. We don't need anything crazy, chat. We just need good enough. Go. There we go. I really like this room because it gives us a look at how exactly pests are born. I agree, Oniwa. It's a really, really nice touch. They didn't really have to do this, but they're like, okay, so they come from the swamp. Okay, what happens after they come from the swamp? Are they, like, sterile? Do they not reproduce? How do they multiply? How do they spread? Oh, well, Miyazaki gives you a little hint at that. They go take over some poor guy's grave and, begin to infest it like the maggots they are. It's nice. Not for the deceased, but you know what I mean. Woo. There we go. We get the eggshells here. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Oh, hell yeah. She's bringing rolls from Texas Roadhouse. Congrats, Nardi. More information on Melania's husband. Does Melania have a husband? Like, do we actually have any... I didn't know that we had any relationship status on any of the demigods beyond Godfrey. And, Rykard. Sekiro Doobie's tweeting a million things right now. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's over the moon. He's been on the copium train waiting for this thing to get announced, I think, longer than anyone. Meant that they grow from corpses. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Should I get shots of this? I mean, I guess. This is like one of those things, like, I contact Santa and ask if he could, like, give me a shot of these things in, like, a normal environment. But whatever, I'll take a shot of them here. Ahem! Ronnie? She literally gets married to us, sir! Okay, I do not count relationship statuses established during the course of the game. I mean in the backstory. Let me clarify. Besides, we all know she just says that she marries us, just as a formality. We all know her one true pairing is with Blythe. Hey! Quaylandis! Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. I think her daughters are born from the Scarlet Aeonia bloom. Yeah. Melania obviously has kids, but, like, they're not, like, kids. They're, like, you know, rock kids. Did these larva pests appear somewhere else? They appear at the Halig tree, if I recall correctly. We find them in that church area. I don't recall seeing anything for where they grow from, though. Given what we see here, we may have an idea why they're burying people at the Halig tree, beyond just, you know, because it's Miquella's holy tree. Loki, no! Tarnished behavior. Yeah, they appear at the Rot Lake there too, yeah. No husband, I was lied to by myself, lol. But yeah, overall, I think the trailer is probably going to give us, like, a lot of things, but it's mostly going to probably focus around the environments where we will be exploring within Miquella's Dreamscape. Now, stuff I would like to see. Let's assume that Miquella's Dreamscape, again, assuming that is what it's going to be, this spirit world is going to be similar to Bloodborne, and we're going to be able to see a mishmash of different places from different historical periods, and not necessarily just the world as we know it today. I would really love to see the Sun Realm, or, again, Sun Capital, to go closer to the Japanese, right? I would love to see that place. I would love to see the front half of Leyndell, you know, that's now, you know, missing and replaced by water. I would love to see that for sure. That would be pretty cool. These pests looking kinda bites lip. Nardi, no! No! We have the flowers up here, and isn't the big... Yeah, we have flowers up here and some big ones down. Okay. I'll get a shot of them because they're down there and stuff, right? So that's only fair. There we go. More types of weather to pester Loki in his pictures. Yeah, I cannot wait to finally install that mod that will get rid of all these stupid foggy weather effects and things. That's going to be so nice to have. Again, I think it was Boltoy who posted it in the Discord for me. Again, thank you very much. Hey, Nicolino, welcome to the chat. More sword keys. No! No, please! God have mercy! No more sword keys! I swear, if they show us opening up a single locked, sealed area with a sword key, I'm going to rip my hair out. So wait, it might drop on the 25th? They're not going to waste the anniversary date, right? It's coming out in 16 hours, it said, at the time of the tweet. So it should be about 10 a.m. my time. So, yeah, like, I don't think it's going to make it to the 25th. Though, who knows? They could always drop a story trailer on the 25th. We don't know if they're going to be caring too much about that stuff. I think, yeah, I remember getting shots at this at one point, so... do you think that what happens to Rot Knights is something similar to what happens to Jeff Goldblum in The Fly, aka their body slowly bursts open and from under the skin grows pests? I haven't thought too hard about the Melania stuff, but my understanding is that they are having some sort of metamorphosis happening, right? Because these are supposed to be like wings or whatever, right? Because of the rot. I don't know, though, and we can also see, of course, stuff like, you know, how they're, like, having, like, twig growths and things coming out of them and all that. So I do think there is something going on with the rot in them that's causing a transformation. I don't think you can be in this blast radius, submerged in this lake of rot for who knows how long before finally rising back up. And, like, you know, there's nothing going on with you under the helm. But I'm not sure if it would be something like, oh, they're producing a bunch of individual bugs. That's the part where I'm like, I don't know. 25th is a Sunday, weird time for that. Again, it's also, we have to also take into account exactly weekdays and things. Like, they're trying to do this on, what's tomorrow? Tuesday, right? No, today's Tuesday. They're doing it tomorrow on a Wednesday, so they're trying to do it on a day where, like, they're gonna get, like, a decent amount of traffic. I think today would have been the best day for that, but if they're not doing it today, tomorrow's probably the next best thing. The tweets do say it's the first trailer. Yeah, that is encouraging. They're probably gonna do a story trailer like they did with Elden Ring's base game. The question is it gonna be a cinematic trailer? Because this is supposed to be gameplay, so this is obviously all gonna be in-engine. But the story trailer, there's nothing stopping them from showing more pre-rendered cutscenes and stuff. And I've said before, I would totally support if we got a pre-rendered trailer that shows, like, Miquella's life during the Shattering, leading up to him creating the Haligtree and the Dream World and all that. That would be pretty cool. It could show us Morgott, Radahn, you know, all the demigods at the council room arguing with each other while Miquella's kind of like, I'm so done with this. I don't care. I'm so disillusioned with fundamentalism. Just end my life. Right? Like, it could be cool. We could see Godric before he was grafted. I'm just saying. Miyazaki shouldn't let that pre-rendered, pre-grafted Godric model go to waste. I mean, we know that pets grow from corpses eaten by the rumen larvas, and rot knights are very slowly dying. Yes, but I think there's something very different between growing off a corpse and growing off a living, or I guess we should say, at least formerly living body at the time of the rot metamorphosis effect. So I'm not sure if they would be active spawns. If they were, I would think, again, I'm not saying this needed to happen, but I would assume that the developers would have wanted to have, like, I don't know, a fly attack or something, where, like, they conjure from their arm a bunch of flies and fling them at us, similar to the Evangelist in Dark Souls 3, right? Like, something like that to kind of give us the idea of, oh, okay, their bodies are producing new little, you know, bug life forms. You know, something to that effect. I feel like the way they're handling it, though, tells us more like they're just kind of growing stuff, similar to the dogs that we see feasting on the rot around this place. So I think it's something completely different there. There's something strange with Haligtree Skylick Box if you look from the Crazy Woman down. Sure. We can look from there. Maybe they'll be lazy and just do a concept art slideshow? I hope not. With how much we've waited, I would hope the marketing budget for this DLC would be on par with the base game. Like, let's be honest, this is going to be the biggest expansion I think ever to be released in video game history. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, could there be a bigger one? So, you coming here often? I see. Well, how long do you think the fog's gonna last? Because I've been told there's a really great view of a giant tree here. Some might even call it a great tree. I meant the DLC dropping on the 25th. That I doubt. I do not think they're gonna drop the DLC so soon. I think we're still at least a month out from when the DLC would launch. I think these trailers are the beginning of them, beginning a decently lengthy marketing push. Because they're not going to just drop the DLC out of nowhere without any marketing. They're going to want to make sure the most amount of people know that Elden Ring is coming back with new content. And get as many people as possible hyped to either get back into the game or to finally buy the game so they can play this DLC. Maybe the Witcher 3 ones? Yeah, I could see that. Maybe something from Rocksteady. It's always the fog. I'd say take a picture of the women on the Godskin peeler, but the player version is higher res. The women? Are they specifically women? Uh-huh, look at that, some hairy. But yeah, I remember when we were doing this for the Crucible Knights, we had a similar problem where the outfits were clearly much more higher res than the boss models, so... Hidetaka, the fog is coming, Miyazaki. Cyberpunk 1 was pretty big, but I don't know about them numbers. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the numbers for those types of things either. But with how big Elden Ring is, I wouldn't be surprised if its DLC ends up being the hypest expansion in gaming history. Oh, the Twin Blade has a woman on it. Okay, you meant the peeler. Gotcha, gotcha. See, I thought you were referring to the actual acolyte and you were calling him the peeler, so I'm being stupid. I'm not seeing this woman, unfortunately. Nope, she's not appearing. Any concerns about spoilers? Like, haven't the DLC trailers been super heavy on that? Now, granted, I am not a big spoiler person. I generally don't care. Though I don't go out of my way to seek out spoilers for most of the part at the same time. That said, and I will admit this fully, I don't think we have to worry because, at least from what I recall from the Elden Ring trailers and stuff, most of the stuff was usually so random and out of context, there wouldn't be too much to be spoiled about. Like, again, I expect the biggest thing we're going to see is like, oh no, we get to see Sorosh in the flesh. That's going to be so cool to look at, but we don't get the context of why or how necessarily and stuff like that. I'm not expecting a lot of narration either that's going to, like, clarify too many details beyond maybe the basic premise of the DLC. I think we should be good. It's hard to see with the lower resolution. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to look at the actual high-res model then and see if I can find this. Find this lady. But no, we got stupid fog ruining all our fun, as always. It's pretty random, yeah, exactly. Like, one of the things I remember most from seeing the trailer was, I think, the, what are they called? One of those, giant-faced, flame sprayer, like, tank things. I remember seeing, like, one of those guys, like, charge at us, and that's the only thing I remember from those trailers. Because they were such, like, a random mishmash of stuff. I also think I remember seeing, like, an ancient dragon, like, spewing fire with Gelmir behind it or something. I guess that was supposed to be Landsax or whatever, based on the final game, but, like, again, it was so much stuff that was so out of context, it didn't really give too much away. Like, you're like, oh, there's gonna be dragons. Oh, okay, cool. Didn't really give us much on the lore of the dragons that we ultimately got in this game, right? So I think spoilers will be fine. I don't think anyone's gonna have to worry about them spoiling, like, the whole thing. We saw a Fire Giant Eye, and obviously I have no idea how big a spoiler that could be. Was the Fire Giant's Eye thing supposed... Yeah, I guess, you know what, you're right, Dad. I do vaguely recall that, but maybe it's a false memory. Either way, yeah, like, if you see stuff like that, it's like, what does that mean to you, right? And that's the thing. A lot of what From Software trailers do is they try to present information overload, and because you lack the context, unless you're someone who's super into the lore, you're probably not going to be able to follow, like, 99% of what's in the, these DLC trailers. And even if you do know the lore intimately, you're probably only going to get, like, 50% of what's there. Because you probably have already, like, thought hard about these things, and it's going to be like, oh, wow, this is going to confirm that, or that's going to be add there. And even then, you never know if they're, like, giving you a red herring to mislead you. So, like, there's just so many factors going into it, I wouldn't be concerned. I'm starting to think, chat, that I may have exhausted my screenshots for a lot of the areas in this game. Because I'm looking around, I'm like, is there anything I'm really missing I want to get in the future? And the answer I keep coming to is, no, not really. I'm trying to think. Do we have the boss here? Elden Ring Records, Gelmir, Hermit Village. I don't think I have the boss here. Oh, no, I do. I do. Not really close up on the boss, though, themselves. Okay. I think we're gonna take some look at Demi-Human Queens, then, today. Alright, we're switching characters. There'll be spoilers, but you won't understand any of it. Exactly. And at that point, is it really a spoiler? Alright, let's go to delete. Do you have pictures of the red leaves at the Halig tree? I don't recall, but I also have been specifically avoiding Halig tree stuff. Oh god, chat. How am I gonna get to... I think I know where I'm going. Tell me, what does the sword epitaph say in Japanese? The one outside Lindell that says the Bloody Alliance rotting from inside. I want to know if it's a pun on Alliance of Mohg and Malenia. No, it's referring to the Shardbearer Alliance that operated under Morgott. So the term alliance here is prefaced by the term for, basically means ruler. This is the terminology otherwise used to refer to the shard bearers. They're actually called shard rulers. They're like sovereigns of their own shard of the Elden Ring, right? Their own great rune. So, yeah, it's a direct reference to that. Likewise, the bloody conspiracy is not a reference to Mohg. The term conspiracy is used only otherwise to refer to the Black Knives conspiracy in the Japanese script. So again, it's a very consistent thing. It's the Knight of the Black Knives conspiracy is usually the terminology used, or something to that. So otherwise, it's shortened to like the Knight of the Conspiracy or something, right? Or the Black Knives conspiracy. So yeah, it's very consistent. So we can say with absolute certainty that those things are referring to the idea that Godefroy, when he was a part of the alliance of the different shard bearers, but then he, as a demigod, rebelled, and so it rotted from within, right? It, fell apart, and that resulted in, of course, his army being defeated there in that first defense of Leyndell. Which, by the way, I do find it funny how the lore for those sword monuments are handed out. Considering the fact that they, like, reference the idea, like, oh yeah, there was a first Leonine War, therefore there's obviously going to be a second. But it's like, oh, okay, so these are to commemorate the conflicts, but they're written as if they're, like, out of universe and stuff to kind of, like, tell us, like, oh yeah, this conflict. I just find it funny how that worked out. It's one of those things where, like, you gotta separate, obviously, lore from gameplay. I still need Zuli to get back to us. Yeah. We'll see if she ever does. We also need more Arteria leaves. No, John! No! No more Arteria leaves! No! Stop it! What did I do to deserve Arteria leaves? Oh, wow, you're being creepy. I'll come back for you guys later, I guess. Save me from the Arteria leaves. Oh, thanks. I always thought that Malenia had alliance with Mohg, and that's how I explained myself why Mohg was able to steal Miquella. No. The idea with Mohg and Miquella seems to be that while Malenia was off going after Radahn for Miquella, Mohg sort of slipped in and took Miquella out. So when Malenia returned from her battle with Radahn, I say in quotation marks, she discovered that Miquella was missing because Mohg had already stolen him away, so... Yeah, it has nothing to do with the first defense of Leyndell or any of that. Yeah, like, for the most part, the Shattering is not a very complicated conflict. It's essentially there's the whole assassin conspiracy thing, right? Marika breaks the Elden Ring. Then Morgoth steps in with the power vacuum and sort of gathers all the prospective successors to Radagon as to be new Elden Lords, and they're all like debating it. Godefroy doesn't like that, so he rebels and goes on his own. Morgoth deals with that, and then starts going down to Stormvale, stamps out the remaining rebels, and then replaces Godefroy with Godric. Then time passes with this whole alliance thing. Godric eventually rebels in league with Radahn, and that causes the second defense of Lingdel. This forces Morgoth's hand, and he has to take to the stage as quote-unquote Margit to try to counteract them from taking over the capital, and you know all that jazz. Then Godric then proceeds to basically abandon Radahn while he flees back to Stormvale, but then Radahn also manages to escape and goes all the way to Caelid. And then Malenia eventually starts coming all the way down, trying to go after Radahn, and then Radahn and her have their clash, and that's the end of the Shattering War. And then that's when the Greater Will's like, ah, fuck it, I can't trust any of you. So, like, it's really not that complicated of a conflict when you get down to it. There's not a lot of, like, super, like, big history of battles or anything going on. Where's the grace point? I guess where there's a grace point around here somewhere. Is the problem with ×5 speed. Why the hell are you sitting up here? Like, what? Whatever, I guess we'll do it from here. We already have the shack, right? So, also make sure that it's daytime just to be extra safe. I understand why Malenia went after Radahn. It seems to have to do with the whole him holding the skies together. It seems like Miquella needed the stars to be able to govern fate without Radahn sealing them. That seems to have been her intent for passing over Godric. Like, she was oh yeah, that's another aspect of the war I guess I should mention, which adds like a slight wrinkle. Oh yeah, Malenia tries to pass through, then Godric stabs her in the back midway, and they get stuck in a battle where he loses humiliatingly. Godric is so pathetic, I couldn't even bother to remember, like, his first big battle as the Grafted. Frickin' Godric, man. Can you not? Oh, fine. 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 Fine, Queenie. If that's how you're gonna do it. There we go. Sure, why not? I'll take it. The problem is how your feet clip into the ground. Girl, try to be sanitary. Bro is a weakling. Yep. What about Azur's body? Look, are you going to the DLC with your Confessor or your Astrologer? Ooh, that's a good point. Do I want to do it with my Astrologer character, like I've done for so much of this Let's Play? Or do I want to stick to my Confessor instead? Because that was my first character I worked on. And I do have him pretty far in, right? I have him all the way to Moonlight Altar now. I'll have to think about that. I think I would lean toward, I think I would lean towards sticking to what I've currently got set up with my Astrologer, because I feel like that's the one that you guys would be most familiar with anyway. It'd be kind of weird for VOD viewers if they see me, like, mess up the the playlist by switching over to a completely different character. I think we could always do the Confessor as like a side thing when I replay the DLC or something. Kind of for fun, maybe, just whenever I want to do a casual stream, not there to take shots or do anything quote-unquote work-related. I have 2 strength builds ready, Club Man and Club Lady. Yeah, brother! More power to you. High five, fellow Faith build. Yeah, again, I've always been a Pyromancer, so I felt like doing, when they decided they would, like, mold that into, like, the Priest class type of deal, I was like, okay. I think it's worth, you know, actually doing, like, miracle builds for the early game and stuff, and I'll be honest, I was very satisfied with that. And then I discovered Black Flame. We love failures here. Yeah! We love our underdog stories. America! Alright, I'm gonna try one more time with this shot. If it doesn't work, chat, well, it just wasn't meant to be. Int builds on top. You're not wrong. Alright, we're gonna... There we go. Boom. Alright, chat. Blasphemous Blade Supremacy. Ooh. Oh yeah, there's another grace point at Ezra's body. You're right. Thanks, Iron Man. I completely forgot about that. I thought that only spawned after you killed the boss for some reason. I guess I'm too used to Dark Souls logic. I can't wait for all the bosses to have magic resistance because of Dream Magic. That would actually be unironically pretty cool. I also hope that the DLC will have sleep become more relevant as a status effect. It happens very little in the base game, and it would be nice if, you know, the whole Dream World place has a lot more enemies that inflict sleep on us. Honestly, anything that'll counter magic and sorcery specifically would be nice. Oh, is this the whole patches lead you to? Yeah, okay, this is for patches, of course. I can't get him to like stay like that while moving away, unfortunately. There's our jolly old friend, the Grafted Scion. Yeah, so we see some of that over here, but we only see it steaming over here, or of course down there, right? Yeah, over here. Again, we got more here, which I'll be honest. So my assumption, chat, is all of this wasn't like this, and this tree, of course, wasn't like this either, until Rykard came back. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh well. Right. So I'm thinking that I don't even think Rykard necessarily and his company intended to destroy this tree. I think it might have just been a byproduct of the minor Erdtree being here after the snake was killed and the lava of the volcano and its heat had dissipated already. And now that the snake is obviously back, thanks to Rykard, you know, all this steaming heat's back and it's well killed the minor Erdtree that was there. I'm thinking that's the idea here. Speaking of, let's get a shot here, shall we? Let's see. Are there more or less wholly resistant bosses? I could see it going either way. Because of how deeply connected Miquella and the demigods are to the lore, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more enemies with holy resistance. Though, again, I would want the DLC to add more variety and specifically by including more enemies that had, like, the lesser used resistances and stuff. And to a significant degree. So that way, like, it's not just like, oh, okay, these enemies can be very easily killed by, like, anything, but, like, it'll be slightly easier if you use this one thing. It's like, no, I want them to actually make it kind of, you know, worthwhile. You go to the area under the tree. Yeah, I've done that on other playthroughs and stuff, so I've gotten the shots there. My big concern right now is, oh my god, you again. Whatever, that's a future Loki problem. There we go. And why is Beast on top of Mountain? Because that's where a meteor struck. Have I unlocked that already? I actually don't remember. I'm gonna assume no. So let's just go up here. Yeah, so the point of all of this is that the, this is obviously, like, sites of many battles and stuff, yada yada yada. Yeah, of course, sure. Yep, right this way up here so I can get away from you. Filthy, stinking nomad. At least you're not a silver, though. Oh, yay. There we go. Yeah, there's the... I was like, there's a Grace Point here, right? Yeah. If there's lots of undead, they'll be very weak to holy. I hope there's not a lot of undead. I think we already have more than enough with regards to Godwin and stuff. We don't need in the final game. But no, it's like, okay, Sorcerer. Sorcerer wants to do astrology stuff on Plateau. Builds wooden bridge to help cross area to High Point on Volcano. Builds Hemicyclium in order to do, like, stargazing stuff. Perform stargazing rituals. Ritual gets a response from a meteor. Meteor crashes right behind the Hemicyclium. Falling Star Beast, having Falling Star in the name, spawns from the Falling Star, i.e. the meteor. There, and that's my TED Talk. I wonder how viewing the map is going to work. Maybe just add another layer. Another layer could work. It could also be that when you're in the DLC area, it's going to be considered a completely separate map, unrelated to the other ones. Though, again, I don't know how that's going to work with teleporting and stuff. Granted, they could do something like the Round Table Hold, where they make it where there's, like, another, like, smaller circle here, and you tap that, and that's going to automatically take you to the main Grace Point, the hub area, I guess you could say, for the DLC. They could do something like that. So it's like, okay, you have the main hub for the entire game, but then you have, like, this sub-hub for just getting to the DLC map, and then you can travel anywhere from there. I could see them doing something like that. Alright, so this is where Rykard's located. There's the teleportation point into Rykard's domain. Huh. Oh, this is the cathedral and stuff, because this is where, like, the waterfalls of lava, if I recall, are. So, yeah, okay. Was that meteor aimed at Rykard? No, again, I think it's just a matter of a sorcerer was just experimenting on his own terms, and, well, this was the result. Okay, we have to understand that astrologers are doing astrology things, and sometimes their astrology things lead to things happening. Typically, those things are not stuff they actually want to happen, and it kills them. Case in point. Poor guy. Do you think Miquella might be some stand-in for Melina? I think that's gonna depend. If it's, post-Melina sacrificing herself, sure. If it's pre-Melina sacrificing herself, I think Melina would still handle it. Also, it wouldn't be a Loki stream if I didn't fall to my death in hilarious fashion. Some dude did that. What a Pisces thing to do. But yeah, I could see Miquella becoming a character we talk to. But I could also see Miquella just being a boss, or like, or rather, I should say, I wouldn't say I'd say Miquella would be the boss. I think Trina would be the boss, if anything. Though again, they could also go the route where, Trina slash Mikola are already dead or whatever because of the Moog thing. And we're actually not going to face either of them. And it's going to be this terrible, tragic story that's going to be told through environmental storytelling or some crap. I'm a Pisces, damn. Well, sorry. Should have been born in Leo or something, I guess. Yeah, similar question. Will Mikola be an NPC? Again, there's so much that goes into that because there's so many different ways the story could go on that. There have been hints now that Mikola is the one that's behind Melina to some extent and been collaborating with Ronnie to some extent, right? Behind Torrent, obviously. So if all of that is true, then we could see the possibility of a Mikola NPC who's helping guide us for his own ends in the DLC storyline. But I could also just as easily see the story go the route of Mikola is quote-unquote already dead, and all these things that were done were maybe to help us or guide us on this path, but they were sort of a Xanatos Gambit type of deal, where it's like, oh, okay, he's gonna die, quote-unquote, by the time that this gets to us, or at least be in some state where he's not gonna be able to guide us, and therefore it's gonna be up to us from that point onward, right? Again, it depends on how they're gonna handle the whole Melina could be sacrificed, and we're not supposed to, like, talk to her anymore before, like, I guess Chaos Ending or something. Is it just you, or am I seeing the gameplay faster? King Baby Seal the Third. Yep. It's just you. No, but on a serious note, I am playing the game at times 5 speed, so don't worry. 500% speed on everything. Is the audio sped up too? I actually never thought about it, but I think so, because I don't see anything out of sync. Didn't Ronnie send Black Knife Assassins to Haligtree? No, I don't believe we have anything on Assassins at Haligtree. We see them at Ordina, but that seems to be the Runaways who are there. Doesn't seem to have anything about going after the Haligtree specifically. Will it play the DLC at fast speed? No, I will play the game at normal speed. And watch me get somehow even worse than I already am at this game because I'm so used to, like, super fast, like, ginormo speed that I have no idea how to play this game. It can happen. I wouldn't count myself out just yet. Alright. Got the twerp out of the way. Look at all those maggots, Chad. All those recolored maggots. There we go. You guys fooled me, LOL. Yeah, don't worry. We just do a little troll in here. Let's see. Let's see now. Capital Rampart, Forsaken Depths, Avony Balcony, Altus Plateau. I don't know, Chad. I'm running out of, like, little things I can find. If you guys want to throw your suggestions, feel free. Oh, let's start from the Queen's Bedchamber. Not gonna lie, I was gonna call a doctor. No, don't! Don't consult your medical professional when you see things going at times 5 the normal speed on a stream. It might not be you. Nah. We can always come back for you later. I have done, like, every possible shot I think I can of Langdell. I honestly think there's nothing more I can really take of this. Doc! I swear! I'm seeing a sped up Elden Ring! Yeah. You gotta help me here, Doc. The horse! The horse! It's going at Mach 5! More Liurnia Doc searches. Yeah, I'd rather not do that live because there's just so much to have to sift through for that document. But yeah, I have to start, like, doing my prep work in advance and start planning out when I want to do streams based on that doc. We already got the Blood Roses, so that's good, but, like, I definitely could do more. Also, look at all that popping. I guess we can get more shots for the Ancient Dragon War, I suppose. There's so much popping, chat. So much popping. Oh, do I not have this thing? Oh my, I don't think I have this. Doc, I think I'm seeing a sped up stream without the voice being sped up. Help, you gotta help me, Doc. My entire life is a lie. Oh, there we go. Yes. Alright. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Hell yeah, brother. The corpse item becomes impossible to see from this distance. Oh. But all of that does. Oh. Oh no. Okay, okay, listen, chat. Listen, listen. Listen, we're gonna... Yeah, you see, chat? You see, we're gonna solve this problem. Like, good boys and girls do. And, yeah, okay, so I just gotta get the angle right here, and then it's gotta be like this, and then, like, you know what, like, no one's gonna, like, notice if it's, like, that small, right? Like, so it's gonna be, yeah, like that, yeah, and then we get the angle here, and, you know, no one's gonna care if it's, like, a little cut off, as long as they don't see all the, you know, tears and missing stuff, and there we go! Ha-ha! I win, bitch! Alright. Man, it sucks to be you. There we go. There we go. Alright, I think I gotta move. Yeah, we're already here, right? So. Normal day in Lane Devil. Wait, what?
Utmost thanks
What?
for bringing me to the base
Oh.
of the earth.
Is this the first time I've actually rested at Lindell? Whoops.
I can govern my own.
Oh, we don't care about you.
I shall lie with you.
Go back! Jesus! I missed adult, chat. Because then we could shut her up by just turning her off. Man, those were the good old days. What, you need me to just send you pics? Sure you can. I can always get better pics if I'm not happy with them, after all, with the camera in the future, so. I 100% don't mind that, Xavier. So, pick away. Okay, listen, this is gonna be a future Loki problem. I just want a decent shot of this, okay? He can care about all the obvious things that are not loaded. Actually, do I have this with higher LOD? I do not have this with higher LODs. Okay, now we're in business, right? Please tell me we're in business. Not really, but it's okay. We can make this work. There we go. Beautiful. If you see the clipping, you didn't. It's all just an illusion. I'm gonna gaslight you right now. What are your hopes for DLC Dragon Ultra Boss? I hope it doesn't exist. I'll be honest, I'd hate if they make that the trend. Ah, we're gonna add a big scary dragon for the DLC. It's like, really? We already have enough dragon bosses. Like, I'd rather the resources go to making a Sirash, or a Godwyn, or I don't know, like anything other than a fucking dragon. Again, you have to understand, for me, I hate the big, slow, heavy hitting bosses. I find those to be the most boring. We can do it from here, right? Yeah, I don't like the FromSoft Dragon bosses as a result, Xavier, exactly. It is one of those things where, like, I would rather deal with, like, literally any other kind of boss. Alright. Alright, I think we can make this work. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think we were able to get everything in the shot, chat. Boom. I'm drawing pre-doll Ronnie. Awesome! I'd love to see more red-haired Ronnie. I'm gonna say it right now, chat. Original Ronnie body is way hotter than her doll body. I know, controversial take. I'm just not into dolls. Same with Herda. Not into dolls. I like my women fleshy. Pigtails? Ooh, pigtails would be interesting. I feel like she would wear something, though, I feel like she'd wear her hair in, like, an up bun or something, similar to her mother. Placky Prime, 5 heads, triple the health. 5-headed Placky? I mean, it would at least allow for something more creative, I guess. But, like, I think the existing 2-headed Placky boss is already, pretty creative. So I don't know how much more they could be like, yeah, it's gonna be this, but even more heads for more random lasers for you to find the perfect sweet spot to travel between them. Like, I don't know. So, corpse over doll, got it. Exactly! See? Baltoy gets it. Now, zombie girls are hot. I'm gonna channel Acer here and root for some cool gimmick bosses. Yeah, those could work too. Though again, I can't remember how many gimmick bosses we actually got in the DLC. I think the closest we get is like the multiplayer Covenant bosses, like Half-Life, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we really need to grab here, so. Already got shots for the Pagan Quarter, and we got shots for the Nox Quarter. We got now the Ancient Dragon stuff, so if I ever want to start covering the war, I've got shots for that. Speaking of the war, maybe we can look for stuff at Farum Azula. So let's go to my Sorcerer. Man, I do not understand what the hell you're trying to say to me. I'm gonna just assume you're trying to speak dragon. I don't know, I feel like she had fluffy, messy red hair that was very long and had small braids. Yeah, I can see a style like that also working. Yeah. I don't know, I just feel like she'd want to mimic something closer to what her mother does, just given their relationship and all. I feel like she'd be the person trying to take after her more than her dad. Do you think the Three Sisters Towers refer to actual Karian sisters, Rennala, Rena, and someone else? That is my current working assumption, yes. Though I have not looked deeply into that aspect of the Karians and things. If you've seen my theses on my website, I mostly covered the rise of Rennala and the subsequent relationship with the Erdtree Kingdom leading up to the Liurnian Wars. I do not cover their, I do not cover the post-war relationship stuff that in depth, mostly because it's just not relevant to my current area of interest, which is the Banished Knights and more broadly Godfrey's reign. So again, it's something that I would love to get around to, but I just don't want to be like firmly be like, yeah, it's 100% definitely supposed to represent three daughters of Rennala, two of whom have died since then, because I can't say that with absolute certainty that I've looked into it. I have my general impressions, and that's about it. And I'd want to re-examine all the evidence and see if there's anything I'm missing there. Maybe I'll do a sketch of her with her hair up while she's studying. Ooh, that would be cool. Like, she's kind of, like, working on her hair while she's reading a book, and she's got, like, a mirror, like the book's on the desk, or, like, in front of the, like, it's laying against the mirror, which she's using to play with her hair. Like, oh, that could be really cool, Nardi. That'd have a very neat thing. I could see it, like, from a side profile, especially, working really well. She probably looks like a very quiet, studious witch with robes similar to her mother's, or maybe even lazuli robes. It depends on how old she was, honestly, by the time her mother went crazy. Because my understanding is that Ranni was fairly young. Like, I think she was probably, maybe even a preteen, or younger, maybe, when Radagon left her. Because my assumption is, that Radahn was, that Radahn was extremely young at the time, and that, like, he was, like, basically, like, just, like, probably a little past toddler years. And then, Rykard was probably a young man by that point. He's probably, like, at least, like, past his, early 20s, or in his early 20s. But again, that's all mostly just, my sense of things. I wouldn't say it's anything concrete either. So again, don't go using that for, like, your theories or something. Want to get more shots of these guys with the Sunrealm shield? Coolio. Okay, so that's good. Let's get shots of the let's get shots of the worm faces. I don't think we ever got, like, proper shots of this area down here. So do you think she's would have worn the Juvenile Scholar's robes? I'm not sure if she would have worn those robes necessarily. But I think that'd be a great starting point, or at least make robes that are similar to those. Because I imagine it was probably something like that. I mean, the thing is, like, were there any Juvenile Scholars, quote-unquote, that would wear those robes before Rennala started her rebirthing rituals, would be my question. There we go. Alright, we got that there. Uh-huh. The sounds are kind of unsettling. Looks like cry choking or something. I think that's the exact idea. I think that's the intention. That's what they're going for. I didn't even think about it, but is their stick weapon different as well? Yeah, this is just them doing their vomiting thing. There we go. There we are. Does Death Rune exist here due to Malakath? I would expect FA to be in the sky by the point, the Night of the Black Knives happened. So how come the roots are infected? I've seen some people suggest that the infection through the roots can takes place on a quote-unquote spiritual level or metaphysical level, maybe a better way to put it. So despite the fact that there are roots rooted in the physical world, there is a metaphysical connection which is causing the death blight to spread. Similar to how we see how the infection of death blight is in the soulless Godwyn, and when we go into the dreams of his soulless body, we can see how death blight has infested all of that, and like what's his name? The dragon is so desperate to try to like fight it off and like kind of stop the corruption from spreading further and all that stuff. So that's what I have heard. I'm not sure how valid an idea that is, but it would give an explanation, assuming that yes, the Farum Azula was put into the sky well before the events of the Night of the Black Knives. Fortisax, yeah, Fortisax. Completely slipped my brain. I know. I think I like this better. Yeah, there we go. Posted the image on the Discord. Thanks, Xavier. Same carvings as on a ring on Godwyn's ring. I finally remember where I'd seen them. You mean these medallions and things, Iron Man? Or are we talking about something else? We do have evidence of someone young buried at the Royal Cemetery in Ain't Ronnie. That's true. But the thing is, I do question if the juvenile sorcerers are considered as honorary Carians and buried there. Granted, if we're trying to assume that Rennala is trying to rebirth her lost children specifically for the sake of Ronnie, and all that, I could totally see that the juvenile scholars and the whole resurrection thing maybe somehow using some of the DNA, I guess, for lack of a better term, of Rennala's actual children who were buried there, and that the painter tries to capture in connection to her resurrection rituals, and that they did wear the juvenile sorcerer get-up at some point. I can totally see that being true. Oh, the king in yellow from Dark Souls 1, he has the same carvings as the rings on his hand? Ah, I see. Gonna have to look into that again. I haven't looked at Jeremiah's details for a bit. Alright, I got the big one killed here, so that's fine. We got that here. We got that here. So let's see, what else can we expect in the trailer? I feel like for enemy variety, I'd like to see some more alien creatures, something more like the jellyfish that we see. Maybe something more, what's the word? More Piscine. Possibly just aquatic in general, similar to Bloodborne. I'd like to see maybe something more of like what the spirit world is like, and that idea of paralleling it to an ocean. I think that analogy would be really cool to see explored more, especially if we get more like alien, like ocean creatures as the inspiration, rather than just, oh, your typical fish. Oh, like I want the jellyfish to be like the tamest example, right? I want stuff that's really like off the wall. We'll try start here. Oh, you said about their sticks. Okay, okay. Thank you for the clarification, Xavier. Hello, Mr. Knight. Good thing there. Man, I guess I'm gonna have to get back to Crucible's End now. I'm gonna have to get back to finishing up some of my in the works Elden Ring stuff. And here I thought I'd finally be able to escape Elden Ring for a little bit. But nope. They dragging me back in. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new that I can really take shots of that I haven't already. Oh. Not in the light proper, but it's a start, I guess. There we go. There we go. Godwin fight underwater, Sekiro style? Please, no, we don't need swimming mechanics in this game. So overall, you think the body's giving you the whole Jeremiah vibe? I can see it. They definitely have a similar, like, head thing going on with Jeremiah. Big, bulbous, monstrous head on, like, long neck. Yes, fish folk. Naturally. Gotta have the fish. Where's this transept exactly? No, seriously, where is this? Oh, well, it's gonna be even harder to find things now. I guess we'll take a shot of you because you're kind of cool. There we go. I hate it. I hate it. There we go. I'm getting a little tired, chat. Oh, looky, these guys have a buffing animation where they barf blood on their weapons and lightning is applied. Yeah, I recall that. I recall that in Vati's vid. He showcased that in some of the B-roll. Oh! 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 Why the hell does this exist? No, seriously, why does this exist? The boss is here? I guess it's in case people come from here? Question mark? I guess, if you want easier access to this boss. Oh no, the lag, chat. This happens when you use the higher LOD. So I think I have to get over there first. Don't know how the hell I'm doing that. Yeah, how the hell? What the hell am I supposed to do here? Yeah, like, how the hell does the game expect you to get to there? crazy? You're supposed to jump down from the previous grace? So from here? I don't know, that seems very spoopy. Let me go back to there. Ah, I see. Here. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know how to get there then. Let me do the exploration just so I can get an idea of how this all lays out. No, I can't go there, can I? I don't think I can make that. Oh, okay. I think, okay, yeah. I get what you guys meant now when you said the previous gray, so, okay. Okay, I see now, Gosh, this is quite the complicated route for an alternate way to get to this boss, huh? Well. Listen, it's because of the ×5 speed, I promise. It's because I'm an idiot, I promise. Whoop, there we go. There we go. So you got the one guy here. Let's get a shot of this guy with the graves because they're clearly trying to tell us something about his respect and things. We go this way, and this way. Uh-huh. There's the Beastman ashes. Oh, let's see how this person. So we're gonna do this. Oh. Alright, so that's too far. So this is a step too far. Understood. There we go. I'll wait till this guy. Yeah, I don't like that. There we go. There we go. Hey, little church lord, good to see ya. Welcome to the chat. Always good to have you. Sorry, I was a little focused right there for a second. And then I jumped down from here, and that's how I get to that grace point before the boss. Gotcha, gotcha. Showing off more of the gold. There we go. Alright, so I think that covers that new area. I was like, I remember getting the ashes from there, but it must have been on my confessor or something. I don't know how I got here, down here on my own. Oh! Ah! Bless me. Oh, boy. Alright, we're gonna do now our little sweep. What I need to do, though, is come back here with another character and get shots of the Crucible Knights here. I think that's, like, the last thing I really need to do with those characters. Maybe I'll do it on my Delete Me character. But I kind of not want to risk killing Morgott in case I need more shots of him or something. But then again, I feel like I've exhausted the shots I could get of him, so, like, whatever. Alright, so we got the city here. Trees, we got shots of the trees. We have the underground temple stuff. We have the graveyard stuff. Do we see this dome shape used? Well, we see it used in different buildings. Yeah, so I guess it doesn't really correspond with so much of this place being a mausoleum anyway, right? So I don't think any of that's important. Again, more shots of the king and the queen, with and without the child. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're done with, wait. The fuck? What? Yeah, it's on the map too. Okay. Okay. I don't remember seeing that before. Let's backtrack a bit. And this is why, chat, we do these sweeps again and again, because you never know when there's something you missed the first time. Aha. I see. Well, I'm surprised I missed this. Yeah, there's a dead dragon at the starting location. Yeah, if I ever knew about this, I definitely forgot about it, because it's a surprise to me now. Watch, I'm gonna, like, go back to, like, my live stream when I, like, first came to this area and be like, oh, look, a dragon, and then just completely moved on and forgot about it for every subsequent episode. I think red lightning also strikes around here when you first get here. That's neat to know. Okay, so I got the shots here. So we got big stony dragon here. He's in worse condition than Grand Sax, that's for sure. Do any of the Dragon Corps have these destroyed wings, Loki? I don't know if we have many examples of Dragon Corpses outside of Grand Sax, right? Because the only other ones we have are for like the ancient dragons that are like Placky's era. Oh, they do let you get like they do let you get a brief, you know, glimpse inside from here. That's cool. This is where Malakath is, right? Alright, that's cool. That's cool. Apostate we don't care about. Ordina we got shots of. The Minor Erdtree we got some shots of. Cave of the Forlorn we got shots for. Albanorc's Rise we did get some shots for. Consecrated Snowfield Catacombs, I'm not so sure. Inner Consecrated Snowfield, we got Yellow and East Tunnel, along with the actual ruins. We got Consecrated Snowfield, Hidden Path to the Halig Tree, Grand Lift of Rold, Forbidden Lands. We got shots for the Divine Towers. We have stuff for, but we could probably always get more, but I don't care enough about the towers right now. The Rampart side path. Yeah, everything with Altus, I think we already covered the major landmarks. There's the ones in the churches and the ones with Crucible Nightkill. Oh, that's true. There is the dragon churches that have their own. So let's look at the corpse there and see if they're copy-pasting the model. Nope, they're not copy-pasting the model because it, the top of the neck isn't destroyed. Yeah, it's a lot more whole. The wings are broken off, but that's about it. We don't really get to see what the wings look like because they just remove it. I'm gonna change the weather. There we go. Alright, everybody. Oh my god, it's still raining. I was hoping it would clear by now. Come on. Alright, everybody. If that's it, I think we're gonna call it here. This has been going on for a bit. I have enjoyed being able to talk with you. Oh my fucking god! I think the Crucible Knight one is behind the grace where the Farm Azula flowers are. Uh-huh. That's right, there is that Crucible Knight there that has it too, so... I think I want to do that with getting the actual Crucible Knight stuff, so I'm going to have to figure out what playthrough I want to throw away to going straight to Farm Azula and not be able to use for Erdtree shots and things like that. I have to figure that all out. There we go. But anyway, as I was saying, chat, I want to thank you guys all for joining me in this wonderful chat. I know you guys are all excited. And some people were requesting I stream right away for it, so I acquiesced. What kind of enemies do you think we'll fight in the trailer? Like I said, I would love to see more alien ones with more aquatic features to it. Obviously some spirit stuff. I don't want to see many in the ways of skeletons or something related to those with death. I'd love to see some, like, manifestations of enemies of the past, like Sarash, Godwyn, maybe, former knights and stuff of, past civilizations, like the ancient civilization, the ancient dynasties, the Sun Capital, etc. So maybe, like, some of those for, like, basic mooks and warriors. I'd love to see, maybe some, like, past, animals from, like, earlier in the evolutionary history of the Lands Between. Like, their souls and their spirits are there. Maybe more stuff having to do with the, what are they called? The followers that exist underground with all their, spirit stuff. Things like that would be real cool. But yeah. So, I think we're going to end things, though, here. I got a lot of the shots I wanted. We got to talk a lot about, like, what's going to be in the trailer. But you know what? It's going to be coming here in, like, a little over 12 hours, right? So, like, it's not that far off. And once we see it for ourselves, we'll be able to chat about it more. So I'll probably do another Elden Ring stream tomorrow. So again, thank you everybody for watching. Very great to have you all here. And